Welcome back.
To Bathroom Tunes!
What that?
Oh.
You go.
With Amber and Jeremiah! I was going to count how many weeks it'd been since we posted one, but I forgot. It's been a minute.
A month and a half, I don't know.
It's been longer than that, don't you think?
I have a beard.
You do have a beard. I don't think you had a beard last time. And you have hair. So, well,
yeah, I've gotten lazy. I just don't feel like I probably won't until I go back to work.
Yeah.
And then even though I probably won't. just go with it, see what happens, you know.
Yeah, see how you feel about it.
Just look homely, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like a girl like that.
That's how you feel about it?
In front, maybe. I'll just go full front like I did when I was a kid.
No. Yuck. No.
Been a lot of stuff going on since last Bathroom Tunes.
Yeah, lots.
Lots of people have had storms and issues. But, you know, God's taking care of everybody, including myself, even though, you know, didn't get the news I wanted today, but it's okay. You know.
Healing process is going to take a little bit longer than we expected.
Healing process take longer and just longer slow down lesson for Jeremiah, I guess. I don't know.
He's not good at being still.
I don't know. I mean, I'm good at being still, but I'm not good at being like still. Like legit, like
you're
just
good at being still for the amount of time that you've determined.
Yeah. I'm not used to being still at work. You know, he gave me a bum ankle to slow me down, and that still didn't work. So, oh well, you know, he healed that after I finally learned a majority of my lesson. I chilled out. You know, still haven't stopped. Still do a pretty good speed above what most people do, but now I'm just gonna go bottom speed. Seems like, you know, just
and that's okay.
The speed that, you know, other people at work talk about them, like how slow they're going. That's the kind of speed I'm gonna have to do when I get back to work. So.
And that's okay.
It's fine, yeah. I'm okay with it. If they won't be okay with it, oh well, you know. If they loved me this far, we'll just see how much they love me, you know. This is just really a test for them, you know. It's growing for them, right? Know? Even though they... Moving on.
Yeah.
Rant.
It was feeling like it was getting a little negative.
I was trying to be like
move us on.
You know, something like this, and then end on the high wave. You know, like
gotcha.
Boom, and then we're back out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
I mean, because you have ups and downs in storms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was just giving you. What is that?
Excuse me.
1 second.
Y'all continue to talk.
I'm going to say nothing until you get.
No, I'll be RB. Talk about stuff.
There's cookies in the oven. Hope everybody is jealous. Not really. I don't want you to be jealous, but cookies are delicious. And you know, there's this thing that I used to do, which was to fill my feelings with food, and I've gotten so much better. But I'm about to maybe partake.
I'm fat.
In something of that nature. So I'm not a real positive role model right now.
But, which is not a good mix because I'm a negative Nancy.
I don't know.
In the last... Well, it's easier for me to encourage other people than it is for me to encourage myself.
I mean, same.
Right?
You know, 2 peas in a pod.
So I guess it works. Like, if I encourage you, you can encourage me.
One inwardly, one, like, outwardly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, all that aside, God has been good to us. Fantastic. Blessed us beyond what we deserve.
Yeah.
And, I hope if you get anything out of what I just said, just understand that. I say all that to really just talk about today. Because everything before this has been, like, everything's been, like, down here. But then God's like, no, I got you. And it's the same thing here. It's just not the news I wanted to hear. So I'm trying to do better than where I, you know, like, you know, because we grow. And I definitely thought I was better than what my initial response was today. But I guess I just didn't know myself how God did, I guess.
It's funny, like, I feel like that a lot, that I feel like I've grown so much, and then circumstances will come up, and I respond, and I'm always I'm so disappointed in the way that I respond, like, on reflecting what happened. I'm like, I really thought I had grown past that point, or I really thought I was doing better, or whatever, but, like, what's great about God is that He truly knows us, and He truly knows... you know,
right? And when everybody else, like if you mess up, like all of us do, if you mess up in front of people, and then they like kind of like affirm, like you know there hasn't been growth there, but God like sees the growth even if nobody else does, and you gotta make sure you rely on that, even if you know everybody else is keeping a track record of what you've done wrong. You've got to make sure that you're not doing the same thing to yourself, because God's not doing that. God's trying to, you know, encourage. The Spirit tries to encourage. If He feels your heart's true and He's like, man, they really do feel like really down on themselves. Most of the time, you don't hear that like you shouldn't have done that. It's more like,
well, yeah,
pick yourself up.
He's near to the brokenhearted. You know,
right.
He knows when you're.
It's when
downcast in spirit and.
It's when you're hard on yourself. No, it's when you're not hard on yourself. Like, you know you did wrong, but you're like...
So complacent.
Yeah, and then that's when He's more like, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You know, but when you're hard on yourself, that's when you usually hear the sweetness of it. More again?
Excuse me.
Okay. But, yeah.
Continue. Prepare.
I'm preparing. This is build up to a song, I guess. Song's really hit me pretty hard the past 2 weeks. I've been trying to be still and study more. Already got a message together, which is abnormal for me. Usually I have to prepare it, like, you know, I get a date and then it's like, all right, let's get it together. Got one. I'm getting ready to start working on one since I got another week off of work before I can even go back. That's the hardest part, just to be still, even in, like, waiting. But that's like what we're in right now, is a world that is not okay with the time it takes for God to respond, because we've been trained to get everything when we want it, you know, and that's the reality of it. The devil wanted it to work this way, to where people were just irrefutably impatient until we've come to be, until our flesh is, you know, and it takes every bit of us to get back to a stillness where we are patient in God's timing.
Okay.
So.
You ready?
I think I'm ready. I'm rambling. It's 7 minutes of
rambling,
so.
It's okay.
But yeah, this song. It's called Firm Foundations by Cody Carnes. Christ is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand, when everything around me is shaking. I've never been more glad that I put my faith in Jesus, 'cause He's never let me down. He's faithful through generations, so why would He fail now? He won't, He won't, 'cause I've still got joy in chaos. I've got peace that makes no sense, so I won't be going under. I'm not held by my own strength, 'cause I build my life on Jesus. He's never let me down. He's faithful in every season, so why would He fail now? He won't, He won't, He won't fail. He won't fail. Rain came, wind blew, but I built my house on you. I'm safe with you. I'm gonna make it through. Rain came, wind blew, make it through. 'Cause Christ is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand. When everything around me is shaking, I've never been more glad that I put my faith in Jesus. 'Cause He's never let me down. He's faithful through generations. So why would He fail now? He won't. He won't. He won't fail. He won't fail. He won't. That's pretty good, pretty good. Except for that one part where I almost choked it, but it's fine.
It wasn't bad, it was good.
Yeah. Whatever you're going through, and I know a lot of us out there going through, especially Diane right now and the family, like, He's our firm foundation. And for those of us that have built our life on Jesus, like, that's what it comes down to. No matter what comes, like, it's that verse right there. I don't know what verse in the Bible it is, but it talks about, like, those who built their house on the sand, the foundation of sand, the winds came, the rain blew, and it was destroyed. But those of us that, those people that built their foundation, built their house on the rock, it wasn't moved. The storm came, the wind blew, and it was still intact.
Right.
So no matter the storm in life, like, no matter what you're going through, whether it's a healing, whether it be financial, whether it be job security, whether just whatever it is, if you fully mental health, emotional, if you fully just put your faith and your trust in Jesus, your faith in God and who He says He is, who He's been in your life in the past, He's going to get you through it. And for me, the one thing that I said, and I you know, we've been through this before when it comes to financial hardship, but it's never been when Finn was born, like, nothing we couldn't handle, you know. And God just kind of showed me, because I'll let you in, like, I tried to heal this without surgery, because I was like, God, like, I know You're my healer. And I fasted for long periods of time, and I don't say that to you. I just want to show You my desperation. You know, I'm like, God, I know who You say You are. If I can just commit, and if I can just get close enough to You, I know that You can heal. Because I look back on all these things in the Bible, and like people being touched by the apostles, people the lady that touched the hem of Jesus' garment and she was healed. I'm like, God, I know You can do this. Like, I have faith that You can do this, and nothing got better. And I finally, you know, after some talking to from the other half here, I finally decided that I should just go to the doctor, and I should just bite the bullet, whatever it's going to cost, no insurance, whatever it's going to cost, and just take it as it is. And I'll testify on some other parts I'll leave out right now. But basically what He's kind of showed me is that it wasn't a ailment that He needed my faith to heal. It was an ailment that was going to need this to happen.
He needed your faith to endure.
I needed my faith. He needed my faith to endure. He needed to show me that I needed to, or He wanted to basically test that in me, is like, how much can we endure when Finn's in the mix now? Like, how much do you trust me with Finn, with your child that I gave you? How much do you trust me now? And I told Him at the beginning of this, and I literally said this. I said, God, I know who You are, and I know how You provided in the past, and I trust You, but I need You to do this in a way to where I can just give it to You, and I don't have to do anything, because I just want to put it all in Your hands, and I trust that You're going to take care of it.
Right, and He has.
And He has.
Yeah.
Giving it over fully, that's what it means. So much so you trust Him that you let Him know, like, I'm not going to do anything.
Right.
I'm just going to do my best to sit here and do what You want me to do, and I'll trust that You'll take care of this part. and he was faithful.
And I remember in our last video, like, I was crying and, like, upset because I was kind of in the beginning of the storm that I'm in right now with my depression and, like, anxiety, and, like, I didn't think I could last this long. I mean, I guess is what it's not like a great way of saying it, but, like, I didn't think I had the strength to endure this long, to keep going, to wake up every day. And I said in the last video, one day I'll wake up and be happy that I did. And I still haven't reached that day, you know? I mean, it's really easy to look at somebody and just make assumptions based on what they let you see, but there's a lot that people don't let us see, you know, on the surface. And people we even know really well, like, they're really good at hiding their storms and hiding their struggles. So just knowing that, like, you are so much stronger than you think you are, and you can endure this for so much longer than you think you can. And the only reason that you can is if you wake up in the morning and you just put it all on God. You're just like, listen, I can't live this day without you. And that should be our mindset always anyhow. You know, we should wake up and be like, let me pick up my cross. But especially when you're enduring a storm, knowing that the first place you should turn is not your phone, it's not social media, it's not, you know, texting or call. It's, Lord, you woke me up this morning. Thank you for your new mercy. I know you're going to carry me throughout the day. And then I don't think about it for the rest of the day. I'm not saying I don't think about God, but I don't think about my depression. I don't think about, you know, actively fighting it. She's fine. But then when I lay back down at night, he's like, I got you through another day. Mm-hmm. And he will. I mean, because there, just like this, his sickness or ailment or whatever you want to call it, like, things don't always just heal. Things don't always just fix themselves. Things don't always just get better. You know, things don't always just fall into place. Like, that's not always how it works, but we have the strength through him to keep going. Mm-hmm. That was my 2 cents.
One thing you said, like, made me think of a story, and I know a lot of us probably know it, but I'm gonna say it anyways. And it was a picture. I think it was a picture on my grandpa's wall or somebody's wall in my house before I got saved. But it's a picture of the footsteps in the sand, and it's a man talking to God or talking to Jesus, one of the two. I mean, obviously one and the same, triune God, 3 in 1, but you know, it's going over the life that he's had, and you know, you see he's talking to God, and you see the 2 footprints in the sand, and he's like, you know, God, like, what's going on here? Like, that's, you know, I'm walking with you throughout your life and everything, and then he's, you know, they're walking along, and then he sees single set of footprints in the sand, and he asks God, like, well, what's going on here? And he's like, that's when, you know, you went through such a great storm, and you know, big troubles of life hit you, and everything came around, and then immediately the man says to God, like, why would you leave me in my darkest hour? Like, why would you leave me when all the storms of life are coming around me? Like, that's not who you said you were. That's not how you said things would go. And God simply just says to him, like, you don't understand. That's when I carried you. That's when I carried you through your problems, because when you're weak, that's when I can be strong for you.
Right.
But until you have the vulnerability with God to be weak with him, you're not going to get his strength, because you're still trying to do it on your own.
Yeah.
You're still trying to do it on your own. Even if you think, like, no, I'm giving it to God. No, you're not at your weakest. If you're not at your weakest, God's strength is not full. He's still strong. So don't think I'm trying to be some kind of way and say God's not strong. He's still strong, but if you're not giving him the full control, he can't be as strongest.
I think that's what it comes to. It's not about you being your weakest. It's about you wholeheartedly surrendering the storm to the Lord. You know, I think that's kind of a better way of wording it. You know, not, I don't know.
Well, I was just going off that one Bible verse.
I know, but I was just clarifying.
Clarify. Do it.
I did.
But, yeah, I don't know. That's all I feel. That's all I feel right now. So, must be done for me at least.
Time to go. No, yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, we love you all.
Yeah.
Keep praying for us. We're praying for all of you out there that need prayer. So, just,
Lift each other up.
don't give up. God's got this. Just trust Him.
Love you.
Love you all.